Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Levi Clay and Mike McLaughlin of the Guitar Souls here. We've just been doing a podcast, haven't we? It was fun, and during it, Mike brought to my attention this TTM thing, absolutely hilarious. And I thought, you know what, this is so funny. I think it deserves its own segment, and I thought we could film a video. But then I thought to myself, you know what would be even funnier than doing an actual video? Why not do it live?
Let's just go for it.
Why not engage?
Let's Bill O'Reilly it.
Yeah, so why don't you tell everybody what it is we're looking at, Mike?
Do it live! So, you know Levi and I are great fans of TTM guitars. Sorry Ormsby, sorry Perry, we repent our dangerous ways, and we're now fans of Lance Benedict and his almighty tribe, I think maybe the right terminology to use. Essentially, we were lucky enough that we got logged into ttmguitarsusa.com and we got logged in essentially as dealers. So the confidential TTM artist information questionnaire, and Levi and I thought we would apply and see if we measure up. That's what we're kind of concerned about, is whether we fit in or not. So
do we fit in? That's a great question.
Let's see. Have we got what it takes? Do we cut the mustard when it comes to being a TTM endorsed artist or a dealer? Even though there's not any dealers allowed, etc. Blah blah blah. But it's there, so we'll see what happens, right? You feeling pumped? You ready for this?
I'm super excited. I'm just trying to get this shared out on Facebook so I can make sure that some people actually tune in for this, and then I want to check comments, see who's online before actually doing it. So give me a second. Anyone that is watching, please do drop us a comment. Any questions, you let us know. Let us know what you want us to talk about. If you've got any questions for us,
it's a great thumbnail. I look as if I'm fucking taking Valium or something. Jesus. Yeah. Any questions? Please join in. There's an even more fun, interactive way to do this. If you record your own answers, we can all laugh at Lance together.
I feel I should actually do a bit of a rundown. So for those not in the know, TTM Guitars is or was the brainchild, and brain feels a bit generous, of Mr. Lance Benedict. And several years ago, actually a decade ago, Lance had a company called TTM Guitars where he ended up fleecing a bunch of people.
Wait. We need to really clarify here that TTM stands for taller than midgets.
Yes, true.
That's genuine.
Not take their money. Not take their money? No. Yeah, so
you're taking the mic.
He relaunched his brand a few years ago and was offering essentially paid endorsements to absolutely anybody that would take them, with the promise of delivering them USA-built guitars. And those USA-built guitars never materialised. What turned up were Chinese knockoffs, the same thing he was doing 10 years ago. A shock fucking horror.
I want to give Lance the benefit of the doubt and just a wee pat in the back.
The Benedict of the doubt.
Stop it. He was definitely the first person I knew that was using AliExpress and Alibaba,
right,
or Wish.com, whatever one of them it was that he was getting his guitars from.
So he was ahead of his time. He was just ahead of his time in the shittiest of industries.
He is the Sega Dreamcast of guitar makers, just far too advanced.
Yeah, and while obviously a lot of this is we have to say allegedly. We have to say
I'm not a lawyer,
and all of that good stuff. A lot of this stuff is documented in court documents.
Yep.
Lance has been ordered to pay restitution to the people that he ripped off by selling illegal franchises, etc. So we're going to see how that goes. But he's always been a man of ego, a man that feels the need to defend his honour. So this went out to all of his boys, all of his artists and dealers, most of whom who had left or tried to sue him at this point. Several lawsuits going against him. And this questionnaire, it is the ramblings of a madman. I need to paint a picture for you guys. Imagine you are an artist of TTM Guitars who has never heard of any of this drama that's going on, and then you get this, 9-page document of a questionnaire that you want to fill out. Imagine your mindset as you're reading through these questions. Make sense? Let's just address some of these comments. John Fisher, how's it going, man? Anthony, I'm not even going to try and butcher that.
Guiton Miller, potentially?
Sure.
And you're right, none of us are worthy, and that's why no one has one.
Ralph Jones, hey guys, I've listened to every podcast, like the idea of a live stream. We really like the idea of doing some live shows in the future. Maybe on YouTube, but maybe out on the road. Who knows what happens? Maybe we'll do one at the guitar show one year. because I see Chris is online.
That'd be a good laugh.
To promote the guitar show. So yeah, again, the guitar show, do go and check them out. New podcast will be going up hopefully later tonight. A lot of technical difficulties. I need to do a lot of edits on it. So
Stop the Press, Ross Duncan, we love you.
Yes.
Got yourself a t-shirt, really appreciate it, thank you so much. I appreciate you all for even just the very fact that you've clicked on this and are now listening, or that you've listened to any episode of us two rambling nonsense and shit. So the very fact people have joined in, love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
If you happen to be watching this and you think that some of us may enjoy this, then please do give us a like, give us a share us on social media, and we'll get on with the rage. This is really like a Rage Time video, right?
Oh, this is tremendous, man. This is like watching a man unfurl in a 9-page questionnaire.
Who has a mad rambling, like a break, like a mental break in the form of a questionnaire? Normally it's a rant. He has had his rants, but a questionnaire.
The vivisection of Lance's ego. That's what we'll call it.
Right.
So I need to. First of all, there's a legal declaration here that I need to read out. It's understood and agreed that the below identified disclosure of confidential information may provide certain information that is and must be kept confidential. To ensure the protection of such information and to preserve any confidentiality necessary under trade secret laws, it's agreed that the confidential information to be disclosed can be described, and it includes business information relating to proprietary ideas, trade secrets, existing and or contemplated products and services, research and development, production, any person who willfully disseminates copies or transfers this information to any third party for any reason will no longer hold endorsement credentials. And that's fine by me, because the company doesn't exist. There are no such thing as TTM guitars, and fuck you, Lance.
Yeah, and well, the best part about that is it's like, so I've dealt with many non-disclosure agreements. I've signed many NDAs in my time.
It's not even a legal threat. It's just that you won't be allowed to look at our playground anymore.
Yeah, it has to be like, when you enter into an agreement like that, again, I'm not a lawyer, shirt's coming today. When you enter into an agreement like that, both parties have to agree to it before the information is presented, right? You can't just make that disclaimer on the thing you give to someone.
I believe the legal term for that's a tacit agreement, which is not legally binding.
So, we're not beholden to that agreement.
Yeah. So, we'll crack on, right? So the very first segment is just your personal details, obviously. Those who are endorsees.
Go on, give me the questions, I'll answer them.
Sorry, name?
Levi Clay.
I'm supposed to give you a first name and last name separate.
Damn it.
Address? Redacted.
Undisclosed.
State, city, region, postal, zip code, blah, blah, blah.
Scotland.
Okay. Phone, date. Right, so let's get into
1-800 kiss my ass.
Let's get right into the gritty stuff. So, I'm going to pre-warn anybody that is listening. Genuinely, right? Some of these questions will let you think, and they will genuinely only think that this is a legitimate business transaction or document.
An opportunity, if you like.
Potentially.
That's how it was presented, right?
Yeah, that's right. And also, I'd like to put the context in that this wasn't a historical thing. This was recent. This has been the last couple of weeks. So this is Lance trying to fleece people again.
And then, days after this, deleting websites,
the
social
website
media,
went down.
Facebook, personal Facebook, restructuring his Twitter and removing any mention of TTM. It's ludicrous.
This came off the back of his Wix.com website going down.
Yeah.
That's at Wix.com. Nothing says professional like a free website builder. Login problems. Hello all. It appears if we are having technical difficulties with the login page. I'm going to recreate the form and send it to everyone's email later today. Thanks for your patience. Obviously not signed off with a name. But TTM Guitars was the name of the email address. Anyway, sorry.
Good morning, John from Austin, Texas.
Hello. Aesthetic Edge Boy. Why are you on YouTube if you're trying to get your hole? I mean, get your Nat King. You're a bit 16 hours late. Valentine's Day was yesterday, bro. Anyway, we'll continue. Right, so
there's only one person getting fucked after this stream, and it's Lance. Lancey boy. Get fucked, sir.
Get fucked royally, my good man. So, let me just ask you these questions, okay?
Oh, hang on. I guess this stream is brought to you by Ormsby Guitar, seeing as you're wearing the hat.
Yeah, we'll give him a wee plug. Thanks again, Perry & Co. We actually just got done, as Levi said, recording. We've done a couple of plugs for them for the podcast from now on. Should be quite nice. Yeah. So
I can't wait to hear yours.
It's going to be terrible, man. I know it. You know, all the way through it, I was just doubting myself. Come on, man up. What would Lance Benedict do?
It is one of those things that when you sit, is that your first time sat in front of these with both lights on, just you and a microphone? Yes. It takes some getting used to.
It does. See if I was just ranting on something that was just talking, it'd be fine. It's the very fact that I had to be
professional.
Not even that. I just had to consider what I was trying to say, and I'm not used to just being able to just talk without filter, that I was like, I want to get points across, but I haven't written anything down to say, oh, here's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Anyway, right, so.
Right, do it.
37 concurrent viewers, you're all going to end in for a treat. So, are you currently a TTM endorsed artist?
Unfortunately not. Unfortunately not.
The answer is yes or no.
No.
Have you received a TTM guitar as part of your endorsement agreement?
No, nobody has.
You were supposed to get one.
I was actually.
That's fun enough. If so, how many guitars have you received?
That seems like such an odd question, because surely, as the person doling out guitars, you should know the fucking answers to that, you bellend.
Do you one better, right? The answers are 1, 2, 3, more. I have not received an endorsement guitar.
Let's go if I have not received an endorsement
I
guitar.
like how that doesn't say I'm endorsed but have not received a guitar. It's I have not received an endorsement guitar, so it's easily dismissed as that they must not be endorsees. You know? Which TTM guitar model did you receive? And we'll just go through the names of them, right? The Devastator, the Avenger, the Predator, the Eliminator.
Can we go through these one at a time?
Yes,
Slower,
sorry,
please.
right, so Devastator.
The thing you will be if you buy a TTM guitar. Devastated. Go on. That was your joke from earlier.
Avenger.
The thing that we are.
Social Justice Avengers. That's enough of that.
SJAs. I like it.
That's it. Predator.
Lance Benedict.
Financial Predator.
Yeah.
Eliminator. California
Andrew
Court.
Catania.
Brilliant. Hi, Andrew. Emperor. Fucking Palpatine.
Yeah. Fucking lightning out of the fingers, ruining the latest Star Wars film. Thanks very much for that.
Stab it. Hey. Pharaoh. It's no Pharaoh, what Lance is doing to you.
That was about as still game as I've ever seen you.
Sorry.
I could just imagine.
Here's a good one.
What is it? The scone. So good, scone.
That's such cultural jokes that no one's going to get.
Yeah.
Sorry, Trips.
You should. It's all on Netflix. You should head on over to Netflix and check out the show Still Game.
Yeah.
It's very Scottish.
Tremendous. Troubadour. Lance Benedict, because he seems to be everywhere at one time and not easy to pin down.
That classic venue in LA where none of your artists have ever played.
NAMM?
No, the Troubadour.
Oh, is that a venue?
It's a venue, yeah.
Sorry, right, okay. Other. So, why would list all the models that you give out and then write other? Did you forget which other models you do?
Good morning, Scott.
Hi, guys. I have received more than one model and I have not received any model. Those are some good answers to that question. So, are you going to say that you've not received any model?
I've not received any models,
Okay,
unfortunately.
right, so.
Devastated.
Oh, wait to get the next question. Have you participated in and or made any derogatory, defamatory or disparaging comments or replies on any social media platform or the internet? If so, which platform did you use?
Just imagine sending that to somebody who has no idea what they're going on. You're
No.
filling out your my name, these are the guitars that I received. Have you ever made any disparaging comments? And who's going to answer yes to that?
But
I'm going to answer yes.
what's good about this, right? This is kind of leading people in gently, because it doesn't say about TTM. It just says, have you ever made any derogatory comments on the internet?
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
So I mean, I don't
Daily.
I don't know anyone who's not going to write yes. But the answer isn't yes or no. It's which platforms did you use? So you have Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, other. I have not posted any derogatory comments on any site. I've made comments on multiple platforms and sites.
Can we go with all of the above?
Pretty much, aye. Like, LinkedIn though? Who the fuck sets up a LinkedIn profile, which is for professionals to network between jobs, to be horrible to other people?
Well, like, I get it, because you're right, LinkedIn is a professional website. I'm not interested in chasing after Lance.
Nah.
If I were, then I would probably set up a LinkedIn account and I would dog him on LinkedIn, right? Because
Dogging means something completely different in Scotland, I hope you know.
I would follow him around on Instagram and make sure that he's unable to do something like this again. That's not something I've done, so I guess I haven't made disparaging comments on LinkedIn.
But you
I
did
don't
this.
think I've made disparaging comments. I've only ever pointed at things that have actually happened.
Yeah, so we'll just say I've made comments on multiple platforms and sites, right? You've kind of answered this question, but I want you to give a more thorough answer for this, right?
Hang on. Chris Locke says he's willing to pull the trigger on a used TTM and have it shipped to us so we can all enjoy watching us burn it.
I don't think fire's good enough for something of that horrendousness. I mean,
I think there's better things you could do with it.
Could we test how durable these guitars are? do you know any midgets? Can we see if it's taller than them? Because right away I would claim that that's just like false advertising.
Yeah. I would. I think there's some amazing things you could do with it. Like you could liquidize the guitar.
Will
like
it blend?
mince it, yeah, blend it, and then turn it into, I don't know, like a block, an ice block, or I don't know. You could do something. You could do something funny with it.
Right, I propose, right, and this is obviously going out live, so it'll be recorded as well. Remember in Top Gear when they tested the Toyota Hilux, and they just like basically destroyed the vehicle to see how much punishment it could take?
Yeah.
Talking like full on like fucking Angel of Death style torture. We should do that with a TTM if we can get a hold of one.
Could you use a TTM as a surfboard behind, like, could you tow a TTM on behind your car with me standing on top of it type thing?
Could we relic it?
That would be a great way to relic it, with me standing on top of it.
The problem you've got is it's probably made of like the cheapest, shittest like chicken wood plyboard, so it would like come apart in seconds.
It's probably like ice lolly sticks.
Just going together. That's where that Etsy idea came from. Right, so you need to answer this question. Obviously, you've said that you've made comments on multiple platforms and sites which are derogatory, defamatory and disparaging.
I repent.
Right? Please describe the comments in this text field below.
Is this where I'm expected to put a paragraph?
It doesn't say paragraph, it just says write comments here.
Yeah, excellent. Mike and Levi, my favourite SJWs.
I've got an idea. We could see if we could trade the TTM for something good.
Have you ever seen Trogley's YouTube channel? So he's a dealer. He buys and sells bunches of guitars.
I've seen a few, yes.
And
I think actually Brian from Ormsby, the AR guy, sent him one of his guitars. Recently.
Yeah, he does. Oh, K-Max Online. He's sent £2.
Dab for the people. Yes. Thanks,
that was in unison. I enjoyed that. Yeah, Trogley has this series that he does whereby he trades from a shit guitar into like a custom shop guitar.
Yes.
And it's incredible to watch. Like he'll buy like a Squire Strat or something like that, and he'll trade it away for something a little bit better, and then he'll trade that for 2 pedals, and then he'll trade the pedals away for this, that, and the other. And before you know it, it takes him 9 months, but he ends up with a Gibson custom shop out of it.
I think
amazing.
That would be a great concept were it not the fact that somebody had to receive a TTM out of it.
I feel Kieran should be a moderator on this, don't you?
Oh no, don't. I don't know what's going to happen next.
The internet's going to crash.
Right, are you going to give your answers of what comments you made that were...
They were just so many. I mean, I was looking through these to see if anybody else had made any comments. A scammer smoothie. Do they have a model called the Kindling?
Fucking may as well have.
John, that is false and defamatory, and you will be hearing from Lance's lawyer. Who is Lance?
We didn't start the fire. Oh fuck, we're going to get a copyright strike because I'm singing. Hi Scott, filling out a TTM app, wearing an Ormsby hat. Damn right, sir. Damn right.
If you moved my head out of the way and your head out of the way as well, you'd see 2 Ormsby guitars. Instead, we've just got a Mioness guitar in the middle.
I know. Fuck it, it's okay. We moved them so we could do an advert. That's the best part. Okay. So, I agree that being a TTM endorsed artist is a privilege, not a right.
Well, is AIDS a privilege?
Jesus Christ. Better than that, it's not yes or no, it's true or false.
True.
Okay. Are you interested?
False.
I know. Are you interested in performing at the upcoming TTM concert this summer?
I would love to perform at a TTM concert because it would be like
somebody's
a step
got to
down
turn up
in
a
the
guitar.
world.
Somebody's got to bring a guitar.
Yeah, it'd be like you know those when you're doing gigs in small venues and you're like everybody like, oh, can we borrow one of your drum? Like, can we borrow the drum kit? In this, it would be, can we borrow the guitar? This is a company that from their get-go, one of the things that they offered was, we're going to be putting out a TTM artist CD of all of your music, and we're going to be sending this out to people. We're going to use it as a way to market you, etc., etc. That CD never got released. That CD never happened.
Hello, is that Don Dawkin? You still got that guitar? I know you're not using it. Just send us it, thanks.
Yeah.
Right, we're in.
The CD never came, so you think this gig's going to happen? Right, okay. It's easy to make a CD and send it out and have no one buy it. It's very difficult to put on a gig knowing that nobody is going to come. Have you ever seen clips of the NAMM show that they their party that they put on at the NAMM show?
I don't even want to.
Fucking hell, mate, there were 6 people in the audience.
They were still talking about being at NAMM this year when everybody knew it wasn't happening.
Yeah.
Like, everybody?
Yeah.
How are they the last to find out? Like, how does that work? Anyway, So you're willing to perform, that's good.
Yes, we're definitely willing to perform.
Are you aware there's a pending civil lawsuit between the former partners of TTM?
I am, and in fact, I have reported on this. These would be maybe some of those disparaging comments. The guys that are suing you, Lance, for $100,000 because you took $100,000 from them, allegedly, for a majority stake in your business. You didn't register them as owners with financial interest in the business, and then you dissolved the company after taking their money. I believe that was what happened. That's what the lawsuit's...
Pretty certain that's it.
Because it's easy for you to say, are you aware of the pending civil case between owners of TTM? What you don't say in that is that you are the defendant.
Oh, he's very, very good at obfuscation.
Yeah.
Like hiding the truth and other stuff. Next question. As a TTM artist, which you are, have you ever been invited to attend a music trade show?
Which ones would they be, Lance?
The Birmingham Guitar Show? Not. Yes, no, or I was invited but unable to attend. Sorry, I haven't washed my hair that night. As a TTM artist, have you ever been invited to perform at either a trade show booth or concert sponsored by TTM?
You've not sponsored a fucking concert in your life. Sponsoring means giving people money in exchange for something.
Oh, wait a minute. What a great suggestion from What's My Name Again? Good one. You should have a sword fight with a TTM and a Chapman guitar and see which one is left standing. I'll tell you right now.
You get suits of armour.
Tell you right now, neither of those will be left standing because they will both be smashed into fucking smither. They'll be obliterated. Yeah. They'll be oblivionised. I will make sure that both of them reach the end of their mortal coil. Sorry, excuse me.
TTM guitars torch these motherfucking guitars.
What one do you think would survive a bigger fall?
These are great tests.
I think
these are great tests.
That's it. You know what we could do?
Well, I think the TTM, because if you think about it, if you drop a Chapman off of something, it's going to hit the ground and be obliterated. Whereas if you drop a TTM off something, well, it's objectively a guitar that doesn't exist. So
that's fair.
It's probably going to be okay when it hits the bottom. I mean, it won't be okay, but it'll be in the same state as when you dropped it. i.e. a fucking Phantom.
That's it. What is the density of nothing?
Why has he not released a model called the Ghost and the Phantom?
He probably has. Yeah. You just never seen it. Oh, sorry.
Thanks very much, Chris.
So, within the past 12 months...
Oh, look, KDH is online.
Oh, be careful. The internet's coming.
Fuck, don't you audio audit us.
Within the past 12 months, have you spoken with any TTM representatives other than Lance?
And this is where things get really interesting to me.
That's the paranoia coming in.
Yeah, like Mike made mention of this, but all those questions, those last 5 questions, they've all been like legitimate. You could understand why someone would ask these questions, but now you're starting to get into paranoia. So, have I dealt with anyone other than Lance? I've tried to, but no one responds to my emails. Let's go with that.
Yes. There's no Irish accent here. Behave la la lulu.
Yes, Ross, I did have an interview, and it's online. You can go and check that out whenever you want to show it.
Neil's comment, Schrodinger's midget. Is the guitar taller or smaller? Yeah. Indeed.
If you want to see an interview where someone gets absolutely fucking reamed, after I did that interview of Lance, I felt a little bit bad about it because I genuinely thought I pushed the line with questions that you should ask a person to their face. I think when he asked to do that interview with me, he thought there's no way this man's going to have the balls to ask me to ridicule me to my face. He's just not going to have the confidence to do it. And I didn't feel comfortable doing it, but I still did it.
Yes. That's it. You're like Batman.
KDH. There's a lot of online power floating around.
I can feel it in the air. I can feel it. Yeah. Chris, very kind. Thanks very much for that. And we will let the hate flow. Yeah. There's more ridicule coming more than hate at the moment. So let's have a right good laugh.
Yeah.
So, if yes, the last question, just to remind people, is: have you spoken to any other TTM representatives other than Lance?
No, I haven't.
Right. If yes,
they don't exist.
With whom did you speak? Jesse, Patrick, Chris, Jeremy, other. I have not spoken to any TTM representatives in the past 12 months, other than Lance.
I've only spoken to Lance.
That is, in my opinion, one of the most frightening questions I've ever seen on any form that's meant to be about a business relationship.
Yeah.
What did they tell you about me? Like, shut up. This is one of my favourite questions on here. Do you feel that Lance Benedict is a fair and honest person? Yes? No?
What? Could you imagine, right, honestly, seriously, could you imagine getting an email like that from Perry?
Mad. Alright, Quig. It's like I said to you, man. It's so megalomaniac. It's just like living on this fucking pillar.
Read that question one more time.
Yes. Do you feel that Lance Benedict is a fair and honest person?
Right. Is this the same Lance Benedict that released a website that had a page on there about me where he branded me an extortionist and posted a picture of mine, which he doesn't own, and put Levi Clay extortionist on it? Was that the same guy, the same fair and honest person? You can still buy one of those Levi Clay extortionist t-shirts. Thanks for the idea, Lance. On our
that's
Teespring site.
Can you imagine how upset he is at the idea that you have monetised his anger? I fucking love that, man. I love it. Fuck that guy. So the next question, not paranoid at all. Are you aware the previous controlling partners of TTM conducted a hostile takeover of the company and proceeded to close all production operations and leave all remaining and outstanding responsibilities to Lance and Lance only? And the answers are yes, no, I was not aware of this fact. So essentially you can answer no twice.
Yeah.
Are you aware? I was not aware of this fact. No. Two separate answers.
Also, so you're saying there was a hostile takeover, so someone else took over the company, but we have the documents to show that you dissolved the company. You did that. Lance Benedict signed
we don't have them. They are public.
Yeah.
As filed by, I think it was the California courts. State courts.
He filed them when he was dissolving the company. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So, in your own
Someone
words,
comment on the Marlin Sidewinder. Mind those guitars?
Oh man, at least the Marlin Sidewinder was a functioning guitar that existed. TTMs just don't.
It sounds like he's asking if we think he's cute, if it's leading to Will you go to the school disco with Lance Benedict?
Will you go to prom with me? No, Lance, I will not.
Oh.
In your own words, describe why you chose TTM as your endorsement.
Because I'm a failed musician. I have nothing going on in my career. Mm-hmm. No other brand will take me seriously, understandably, because I play in a pub once every 6 months. Not that there's anything wrong with that. You're not a career musician. You work in IT, you're an accountant, whatever it is, right? You have no business.
You're not a lawyer, so you can't have a Gibson.
Yeah, you have no business being a representative of the music industry. It's absolutely fine that you buy product, absolutely fine that you use product. Yes. But there's a reason I don't have an Ibanez signature guitar, right? Because I'm not of that level. I don't have an Ormsby signature guitar because I'm not of that level in terms of influence, right?
Yeah.
There's a reason people go for endorsements for TTM guitars, because no one else will take them seriously. So
it's because they're customers.
Yes, because you're customers.
And that's not being nasty. That's the fact. You pointed that out in your first video. If everybody is an endorsee, then you're just a customer.
Yeah, could you imagine the poor sods that actually do buy a TTM at retail price? They couldn't even get the endorsement, or didn't have the self-belief to get an endorsement.
I even think the people that probably didn't apply for the endorsements probably were given, look, we've had a look at your Facebook page. We know you've got 3 likes on that video you did in your bedroom through your 10-watt Marshall MG. Here, you can be tier 3.
And if you give us $1,200, 2 years from now, we'll send you a $200 Chinese guitar.
No, you won't. Don't lie. That's terrible.
Yeah.
So, right, cool, we've got your answer. And by the way, underneath that question, which is in your own words, describe why you chose TTM as your endorsement, it literally says paragraph. So, Lance is expecting quite a significant answer from you, which he gave.
69, dude. We are at 69 concurrent viewers. If you're watching this stream and enjoying yourself, please do share it on social media so we can get a few more people in laughing. Laughing.
Let's do it. Neil Collins. All this talk about Mr. Benedict. Life's been hard for the face man since the A-team ended. This is great.
I pity this fool.
Oh my god. Do you feel that you have been treated fairly by TTM considering the circumstances?
Not really, if I'm honest, Lance. You gave me $300 and were supposed to send me a guitar.
The answer is yes or no.
You never sent me a guitar. That didn't happen.
So no then.
And I left this situation with money in my pocket. Everyone else that was in this situation gave you money and didn't get a guitar.
That's why you're the extortionist?
I'm the extortionist.
Are you aware that Lance output over $75,000 of his own money to build guitars and make satisfactory refunds after the controlling partner ceased all operations and refused to help?
That's genuinely amazing to me, because he keeps talking about controlling partners, but if you look at the documentation for the company that no longer exists, but if you look at if you went to old documents, there were no controlling partners. The company has always been owned and controlled by Lance Benedict. When he dissolved the company, he made it clear in that he owned the company. It was his. So you can't now talk about controlling partners. If anything, that actually provides evidence for the person that's suing you for $100,000.
I was going to say, one of the legal challenges that he's up against is the fact that he didn't put someone as a controlling partner after they bought shares in the business. So, good effort, bro.
All of your dreams. Greetings.
Remember, stop it. Remember that this has got 3 answers, which is yes, no, and I'm not aware of this fact.
Okay.
So, yet again, Lance wanting 2 of the same answers that confirm his madness and belief.
Yep.
Right, this is a kind of serious one, right?
Deal.
That's fair.
Lance ain't getting on no plane.
He'll never accept a glass of milk from you. Never.
He lives in California, and NAMM is in California. So.
I mean, California's pretty big.
Yeah, true.
He's good at hiding.
Well, he's Palm Desert. He could drive to Anaheim.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
I've got friends out that way. We could go a visit. The hunt for Red October. The Levi and Mike story. Anyway, do you like being a part of the TTM family and a TTM endorsed artist?
Yeah, it's definitely, there's a community. I'll give you that. There's definitely a community. I enjoy the community.
Hi Jeff, you're California. You can't be that far. You're going to hunt him down for me? I know your history. I know you're a badass motherfucker. KDH, up there with the best questions. Are you aware that Lance is one of the best human beings ever? Answer A, yes. Or B, yes.
I like Isaiah. Every time I want to laugh at Lance, I think about how sad and lonely he must be. I'll paint a picture for you, Isaiah, about how sad and lonely this man actually is. I have been given reports of people that have tried to serve him legal documents, and they've been banging at his door, and they can hear the dogs inside, and Lance is refusing to answer the door, like he's hiding inside.
Sounds about right.
You fucked up, mate. You went after the wrong community. You've got a history of ripping people off in the car industry. That's fine. I don't give a shit. You go and do your fucking thing over there. But when you come after guitar players, we are a fucking community, and we will stand up, and we will tell you no. We will oust you from our community. You will not rip off these people. These are good people.
We're going to crowdfund a giant trebuchet to throw this motherfucker into the sun.
It's a shock that you have to put money into a business to keep it going.
Boy I know is called Red October. Cunt's always in the hunt for a sub. Is that a Subway joke? Jesus Christ. Love it.
God.
Care in the TTM community. Fantastic. Right, so context for this next question for you and for the listeners, right?
Sure. I'm taking this very seriously. So
think about this question with what the next questions are presented to you as, right?
Okay.
Think of the context of why this is being asked or what's being asked of you, and then the follow-up questions on this form, right? Sincerely, right? And I'll come back to you. I'll highlight why I mean this, right? So, do you believe everything you read and or hear?
I love it. That's the question alone, isn't it? Like, do you believe everything you read and hear? And then not any examples, just in general. Do you believe everything that you read and hear?
The questions are, so the answers are yes, no, most of the time, some of the time. So you can't believe everything you read and hear most of the time or some of the time. Otherwise, you don't believe everything you read or hear.
It's also impossible to believe everything that you read or hear, because if you read contradicting pieces of information, you'll create a paradox for yourself and you'll explode. Or so I'm led to believe. Up is down, I believe that. Down is up, I believe that. Cool, I've turned into a black hole.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
If only Lance
So if Lance could turn into a black hole,
clamp away.
Go away.
Right, so the next ones are the interesting ones, considering that's the question you've been asked. Are you familiar with a person by the name of Andrew Catania and or Facebook group called All That Shreds?
I am familiar with Andrew, yeah.
If yes, have you read, commented on and or shared any of his posts that relates to TTM?
I have. So even that's a difficult question, Lance, because even if the answer is yes, even if you're the person reading this is a devout believer in what you're doing, they still will have read the articles. Whether or not they agree with them, they might have read them and gone, this is rubbish, right? They will have read the articles. Mm-hmm. So you need to be a bit more specific in your questions there, Lance.
Fair. So it's funny you say that, right? Because he then elaborates.
Okay.
Are you aware that Mr. Catania has a lengthy and well-documented criminal history, including being convicted of cyberstalking?
You know, this is probably the worst thing on here, because this is the thing that made you lose a bunch of your devout believers. When you said that, and you've made those claims about Andrew before, Jason McCulloch was one of your biggest supporters, so much so that he gave you $10,000, which you owe him now. And when you made those claims about Andrew, and Jason subsequently dealt with Andrew, Andrew proved to him that he was a registered voter and a veteran. And there is no way that he could have a long criminal history as... let me rephrase that. There's no way he could be a registered voter and be a convicted felon. So those two things don't exist. They can't coexist. It's one of those, do you believe everything you read or hear? Maybe he's actually hoping the answer to that is yes. Do you believe everything you read or hear? Because I'm about to read you a bunch of shit that I need you to believe.
I'm glad you understood the context.
Good.
This is a smear campaign in the middle of a questionnaire that is not really coherent. Are you aware there's a DJ in the Boston area that had to file a restraining order against Mr. Catania because she would not comply to his demands?
Citation needed.
I mean... what the fuck has that got to do with an endorsement?
Yeah.
Or a dealership? Oh wait, that's right, nothing, because those things don't exist.
It's a man having a meltdown. Yeah.
Do you know Mr. Catania?
I've spoken with him.
If so, please briefly describe your relationship. Then it says paragraph. That's not brief. Paragraphs are quite lengthy.
Andrew has reached out to me and asked for my opinion on some things over the years. We're not friends on Facebook, but we have spoke on the phone. So that's my relationship with Andrew.
This is where we get to be proud. Are you aware of any additional parties that are conspiring with Mr. Catania?
Well, there's 66 of them online now. Yeah, I'm amazed. So I was told by Andrew that when his house was raided and with a search warrant for postal fraud, when they were searching his place, he was very vocal about Andrew and he was very vocal about me.
Obviously.
As the two people that he's going to get even with.
Again,
so that's hearsay, but...
I made the comment about him and it stands. He's very good at obfuscation. He likes to hide himself within other things.
I like this. Maybe Lance can hang out with Rob Chapman and use his influence to clear his name.
Let's do it. There's a lot of internet energy going on. Big dick incel energy. I can feel it.
The worst Tinder application.
Scott, have you been reading my profile?
Yeah. TTM, super like.
Oh,
do you imagine Lance Benedict sets up his own version of Tinder, like Wanker or something, and it's just he's the only member on it, and he just constantly looks at himself and goes super like, super like, super like.
Out of nowhere,
at the end of the day, he looks at his phone and goes, "Fucking hell, people love me."
Out of nowhere comes this new challenger, Rob Chapman, with 7 million super likes, all sock puppet accounts with the same comments.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Rob. Sorry, excuse me, I coughed there. So. Obviously, we're aware of the conspiring parties.
Yeah.
Have you ever been contacted by Mr. Catania? I mean, you've answered this already, but
yes,
right? If so, are you willing to testify to any first-hand knowledge you may have? So you've got yes, no, and I am not aware of his co-conspirators.
Just the other thing is when Lance has made these claims that Andrew is a convicted felon, he's also made the claim that he's currently on parole for stalking, for harassment, and has stated who his parole officer is. If any of that were true, you would be in contact with his parole officer for these allegations that you're making, and his parole would be revoked and he'd be back inside. Why haven't you done that? Why has this not happened? Did you just lose the questionnaire?
It just disappeared. Hold on. Sorry, I know what it is. I've got a gesture-controlled phone, and see if you press the screen in the slightest way it doesn't like, it does random shit.
Did you have an accident at work? We're calling about a guitar accident you've recently been involved in. Neil is proving himself to be the MVP of this chat.
He's contributing. Step up your game, boys. Kieran, I'm disappointed in you. You're the meme king, and you won't even get it going. I mean, you got a dab out us, but you can do more.
It was a beautiful unison dab as well.
It was tremendous.
In opposite directions. We looked for a second. We looked like Sinister Gates and Zaki Vengeance of Avenged Sevenfold doing a guitar solo.
Get to fuck. Right. So the last question was obviously, you're willing to testify any first-hand knowledge you may have. The next one is, would you be willing to testify against Mr. Catania in a court of law? Yes, no, or maybe?
I would love to testify in a court of law.
Be beautiful, wouldn't it? It was against Mr. Catania, so...
Sure. Sure, just so I could smile at Lance.
You just stand there with a big shit-eating grin. Hi, Lance. The Storm Den is blowing a hoolie up there. It's fair blowing a hoolie, Ken Elio. Sorry. I think this is just going to turn into people making me say things in a Scottish accent, and that's cool.
Purple burglar alarm?
Purple burglar alarm. That's not even that. As Kieran pointed out, there's Welsh stupid accents. Oh, yeah. Let's be honest. That is just a really shit one for the Scots to say because of the lack of enunciation.
Yeah.
How much time do you spend on Facebook and or other social media sites? Up to 1 hour a day?
Too much.
More than 1 hour a day?
Too much.
You're not really getting any information here, are you?
K-Mac is currently editing a video explaining my guitar speedrun world record. So, awesome.
Stop it. Is your phone going? Pretty sure it was vibrating there.
No.
No, it's not like... Oh, sorry, I'm just tripping. Unless your fucking PlayStation controller's going tits. Sorry. Right, so next question. Have you ever conspired with anyone and or been approached by anyone to intentionally ruin the reputation of Lance Benedict and or TTM?
I think this is an important one to address because
Yep.
you could easily accuse us of doing that, but it's very important to understand. I have to state this unbelievably clearly. The intention of what we've done here and what I've always done with this, the intention was never to ruin Lance Benedict. That's a fortunate collateral bit of damage, a bit of collateral damage, if you like, right? The only intention was to protect consumers. The only intention was to protect people that didn't know better about how the industry works. That was clear as day. If you go back, like when I did the first, I don't even know if I referenced Lance Benedict the person I probably didn't reference Lance Benedict the person in the original TTM video that I put up, because it was never about Lance Benedict.
No, it's not.
Always about
TTM
looking after people and protecting them from, you know, the thousands of dollars that they've lost.
Yeah, and TTM aren't the only company that will do this. And certainly aren't the last.
Someone is wise. How long is this shit?
9 pages, and I think we're on page 4, and I kid you not. No, you're absolutely right, and I think that's a very important distinction to make. I mean, this is about... It's serious, but the podcast's always been about comedy.
Sure.
We're laughing at the delusions of grandeur of this man.
Yes.
And this forum is just a perfect portrait, man. It's just a self-portrait of madness.
Yeah.
It's great. So you haven't conspired, that's good.
No.
Would you like to remain a TTM endorsed artist?
Would love it more. I'd love it if that guitar I got actually showed up. That'd be wonderful.
It's a minute hope for it.
About 2 years I'm waiting now.
Are you aware it's not unusual for guitar manufacturing companies to take 2+ years of production time to fulfil custom orders? This is... I see all the
That is unusual. I'm sorry, that is unusual. It's unusual when you have told people how long it will take. If I went on your website a week ago, I could have custom ordered a guitar, and when I ordered it, there's text that says
6 to 8 weeks.
6 to 8 weeks.
Aye. I just a very interesting point that I found on here. All the things that are about Andrew Catania, the are you aware questions only have yes or no, but the ones that are about him say yes, no, and I was not aware of this fact.
Right.
So I don't know if he's maybe just trying to again hide stuff in there. Strange man.
Ciego Guitarist is online. How's it going, brother?
Buongiorno. So you'd like to remain an endorsed artist. That's good.
I'd love to.
And you're aware that it can take 2+ years.
I am now.
Have you ever been endorsed by another guitar company?
Yes.
If yes, which one? And there's a list, right? Gibson,
Okay.
Fender,
No.
Ibanez, ESP, PRS, Jackson, Kiesel spelt wrong, Schecter spelt wrong,
Spelt wrong.
Schecter, other, and I have never been endorsed before TTM.
Yeah, let's go with other.
Cool, that's good. If yes, did they build you a free guitar in exchange for publicity and cross-promotional purposes? Yes, no, or I paid to get the guitar?
Yes.
Are you aware why
But
any...
hang on, has that happened with TTM? Because I think every single person, tier 1, 2 or 3, paid.
Can you imagine Don Dawkins paid money for that thing? Good Lord. I mean, I'm no disrespect to that guy, but have you seen his guitar that he got from TTM?
It looks like the one that I surfed on the back of your car being dragged along the road. Yeah.
That questionable's not the term. Are you aware of any person or company would want to...
we've got an important question here. How can you go on the TTM website? You can't open it. That's because it's been deleted.
Yes, it went down just as we got this, or this form became available. I like it, Seago. Kiesel spelt wrong are my favourite company.
Company spelt wrong.
Love it. Love it! Sorry, so if yes, did they build you a free guitar in exchange for publicity and cross-promotional purposes? Did I do that one already?
Yes.
I did, sorry, right. Are you aware why any person or company would want to ruin the reputation of Lance Benedict and or TTM? Yes or no?
One more time?
Are you aware why any person or
Yes.
company
Yes.
would want to ruin the reputation of Lance
Yes.
Benedict, right?
Yeah.
If yes, please explain. Paragraph.
The why is the important part. Ruining your reputation is important because it means that you can't do this to people again. People like Jason McCulloch can't be $10,000 out. people that have a family and a kid, people that gave you $10,000. They were essentially trying to invest in their future. They were trying to provide for their family, and they've now been left severely out of pocket. So I think it's not important that your reputation is ruined, but I think it's important that people remember your name. So if you pop up again and you try and do this again, that there will be more than just me and Andrew saying, hey, see this guy over here? Don't trust him. Yeah.
So I'm just laughing at Neil's comment. Bollocks, I build guitars in my garden in Scotland in 2 months. The man has a looser relationship with time than Doc and Marty. Fucking class, man. I love it. Oh. I used to work in customer service and I worked in complaints. And some of the comments you would get through for customers like, listen, I'm a complaints manager. I wouldn't trust you to manage a walk through Debenhams, son. And then like the manager would go and like, I run the complaints department. I wouldn't trust you to run the bath.
I love it when you go full Scottish.
Great, man, I love it. And the best part being most of these were like customers for anywhere, but it's funny when it's in the strong accent.
Yeah.
So which of the following best describes you, Levi? I'm a strong cock, right, cool, done. I'm a strong proponent of TTM, or I'm a strong opponent of TTM.
I think it would be fair to say I'm a strong opponent.
Yeah, okay. Have you ever spoken with or met Lance?
I have spoken with Lance, yeah. I did a wonderful interview. It's on my channel. Look up Lance Benedict interview. You'll thoroughly enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. If yes, previously describe your opinion of him.
Very low. And it was lower after the interview because he did this interview with me. He asked for my time. I filmed the interview. I spent hours editing the interview. I uploaded the interview to my platform, which is of decent size. And then I promoted that content among people on my platform. I gave Lance a platform. And then for weeks afterwards, he tried to send legal notices to my YouTube to remove the content because I didn't have the legal right to use the trademark of TTM. I wasn't using the trademark of TTM. I was carrying out something that he asked me to do. And I did it as a kindness to him. He's just a little bit disappointed that he did this interview and he looked like an absolute fanny because he's an absolute fanny.
I mean, that's generally how you look like a fanny, is you act like a fanny. That's usually what happens, so fair. Would you like to attend a music industry trade show as a TTM endorsed artist this summer?
No.
Yes, no, maybe.
No.
Just say maybe.
Maybe, okay.
Hey, I just met you and this is crazy. Give me $1,200.
Come to a trade show, maybe.
That's it. If you've ever participated in an untowards online activities against TTM via direct posts and or reposts, would you consider removing any such comments?
No.
Answers are yes, no, I have not participated in any untowards online activities against TTM via direct posts and or reposts. So the answer is no. Cool, that's fair. If yes, please confirm. Yes, I will remove any comments made. No, I will not remove any comments made. What? So you want me to answer that I would remove it and then confirm that I will or will not remove it? Honestly, man, the paranoia just rips at this guy, doesn't it?
Can he call him a fanny?
Can he shove your granny off a bus?
I can, Neil. I can. I can and I can.
Ken. Sorry. Do you have a better opinion of TTM now than when you were first endorsed?
Have to be honest, I can't believe how low my opinion of this company has sunk. When I started this thing, I had no idea it would turn into what it turned into. I did it because I thought it was a flash in the pan, we can stop this dead. I had no idea that he was going to take hundreds of thousands of dollars from people. So yeah, my opinion couldn't be any lower, no.
Here's a really old Scottish one, and this is for a Peter McGlinchey film. Peter McDougall, sorry.
Oh, hang on, Scott. He was there last year. He was at Nashville NAMM last year.
That's fucking mad, isn't it? So, what I would say to Lance is I wouldn't give you the pickings in my nose if you were starving, son. That's for a film. If it's not just another Saturday, it's Down Amongst the Big Boys. Fantastic. Peter McDougall films. They were BBC kind of feature-length films. Before films were really a big thing, like on like BBC and stuff. Fantastic. Absolutely unbelievable. Frankie Miller's in them. Billy Connolly's in them.
Okay.
So from a guitar player's viewpoint, what do you like most about TTM guitars? Paragraph.
They never showed up at my door, so because it never showed up, it meant I got to spend more time playing my beautiful Ormsby, my beautiful Mayonnaise, my beautiful Vigier, my beautiful Sir.
That's a boy. How did you first hear about NAMM? The internet, trade show, friend, artist, other?
TTM, I assume, not NAMM.
Sorry, TTM. Did I say NAMM there? Sorry.
It was via your Facebook marketing.
Are you aware? Not one of the answers has got there. So, not with the internet then. That's fair.
Internet, yeah.
Are you aware that artists Don Dokken, Stephen Lill, Randy Jackson continue to play and support TTM guitars on a regular basis?
Well, I don't think Stephen Lill does support them. I've seen private messages to suggest that he doesn't.
Don Dokken doesn't play
Don
guitar
Dokken
anymore.
doesn't play guitar anymore, so probably doesn't use them all that regularly. Yeah.
I'm surprised he doesn't claim that Randy Rhoads was an endorsee. Are you currently doing any of the following? Touring, recording, teaching, writing, all or some of the above?
All or some of the above.
Brilliant. How would you best describe your playing style?
Inconsistent.
Good God. Would you be willing to perform on CBS television if asked?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Do you know where that comes from? He had a contract with The Price is Right to provide guitars for The Price is Right. So I think he's hoping that he can score another contract with CBS to do The Price is Right and maybe have, one of his artists up there fucking looking like a junkie.
It's just... Right, listen, I get the points, right? Fannies are good. It was Valentine's Day yesterday. Behave yourselves. You're all fanny in the brain. That's definitely going to get clipped or something, innit? Fuck. Has anyone ever approached you and offered you something of value in exchange for writing a review and or comment about TTM? That's fucking fantastic. TTM website was supported by Wix. You know Wix in German is jerk. So it's TTM by jerk? I guess so. Created by a jerk, supported by a jerk. Beautiful. Love it. Randy Marsh is a TTM artist. What are you going to do? I was going to pull my top off there, but nobody wants to see that.
South Park.
Oh, tremendous.
Sorry, what was the question?
Has anyone ever approached you and offered you something of value in exchange for writing a review or comment about TTM?
No.
Just Lance?
Well, no, actually not strictly true. Lance has.
Mm-hmm.
Lance gave me money in order to remove posts. He then didn't hold up his end of the deal, so those posts went back up.
Fair. If yes, are you willing to discuss this in further detail?
I would love to. I'd love to tell that story more and more.
Would you say that TTM is an innovative company with a bright future?
Definitely not. TTM doesn't exist.
It was dissolved before this came out. What? Daft dick. Would you be interested in becoming an authorised TTM dealer? Or that thing that you're being sued for selling that you can't sell? And that's not an alleged, that's fucking in the courts. Public documented. Dick.
So no, I'd go with no on that one.
No, soft no. At this point in time, are you willing to stand up for the brand, ignore the attacks on the company, and make a social media posting stating you back the brand and the positive effects it's had on you?
Could you imagine saying no to that? Like, if you got to this point in the questionnaire and wrote no there, you'd go, will I send this back?
Do you think you got this for Scientology? This is some fucking creepy indoctrinating shit.
Yeah.
Have you been contacted by any of the previous partners in TTM? I mean, he's already asked us, but right away he's like that. Paranoia gone again?
Never spoke to the partners.
No. If so, please briefly describe to whom you spoke and the nature of this conversation. Paragraph.
And to me, what this actually strikes me as is that none of this is about TTM. None of this is about going to NAMM or trade shows or anything like that.
Nope.
He's peppering in these questions that he can hopefully use in court during his legal troubles that he's going through with those people. Gibson have already filed a cease and desist against TTM. It's why their Emperor, the Emperor model, I think it was the Emperor, was the Les Paul copy. Originally, that literally had the Gibson headstock on it.
Stinking.
Yeah.
Are you aware the production factory shut down by the controlling partners was based in the USA?
Yeah, and that proves it, doesn't it? It's like, are you aware? The clarification that it was in the USA. We did have something in the USA. We've not lied to you. We did have USA production, and it was closed down by the controlling partners. Oh shit, we didn't have controlling partners. Shit. If we had controlling partners, then I've just, damn it, they'll win. Fuck. What do I do? Just keep digging, Lance. Keep digging.
There's still more to go.
You're nearly at Australia. I hear you nearly sold a dealership out there once.
There's a question on this that I didn't realise was here, and okay. I cannot wait to answer it. Fuck me, I'll get you to answer it even. Sorry, right, so. Are you aware that previous TTM guitars were produced in Asia with additional assembly and production completed in the USA?
So additional assembly and construction, you mean assembly?
Additional assembly and production.
Oh,
completed in the
production.
UK.
What does
Yes.
production mean? Yeah.
You got the pickups that weren't wax potted, so you waxed them in the fucking office.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? Because we know that there have been people that have sued Lance for non-payment of wages
Yep.
that worked for him before NAMM,
Yep.
and they were in his shop in California doing this stuff, and he had bags and bags and bags of 2009 era TTM hardware that was all Chinese import stuff.
That's pure, just assorted, not looked after,
Yeah.
10 years old shit hardware, just left in bags. That goes to show that the level of care that this man has for your USA built fucking custom
Yeah.
instruments. Lol.
That was the problem back in the day, wasn't it? In 2009, they were Chinese imports, but they said TTM USA on them, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Jeff, you made my morning. I love you. Imagine being Lance's barber.
Imagine having to sit with and have a conversation with that cunt for half an hour.
I think Jeff's probably getting it that imagine having to resist the urge to cut him.
Just clipping this man's hair, and he's like, "So, how's your day been going, Lance?" "Fucking Andrew Catania. Do you know him? Have you spoken to him? Do you think I'm a nice guy?"
Levi better not be here. Where are the cameras? Are you aware that as of January 1st, 2020, any and all TTM guitars will be built in China indefinitely?
Oh, I missed this. Read that one more time.
Are you aware that as of January 1st, 2020, any and all TTM guitars will be built in China indefinitely? That's how nobody can find him. He's in China building that guy's guitar right now.
So hang on. Surely that is admission that not one single person that has bought a TTM, a USA TTM, and is still waiting on their guitars, not one of them is going to get them. I told you. On the one hand, I want to call Lance an idiot, but on the other hand, for every one of you motherfuckers out there that listened to what I said and listened to Lance and said, I think that Levi guy's lying, I fucking told you.
John's got a point. At least the website looks shit hot. Fucking hell. Are you aware that the following brands, Gibson, Fender, PRS, Schecter, Jackson, Washburn, are just a few of the guitar brands produced in China?
I was trying to justify.
That's it.
That's not true, though, is it?
No, I don't think there's
They're-
any Gibson stuff in China.
They're a lot. They're Korea.
Most of them are world music, Korea, correct?
Yeah.
Imagine actually being Lance Benedict, knowing he's fucked his life into the dirt and he's just delaying the inevitable. That's entirely it, Mark. He's scrambling. Like, he doesn't know, other than trying to get away from being responsible, what to do. Terrible human, so he is. How familiar are you with musical instrument endorsement guidelines? Extremely familiar, somewhat familiar, not familiar at all with the process.
You might say I'm quite familiar.
Just say you're a tight bastard. That's the honest truth. Are you aware the musical instrument companies may charge a fee for their endorsed products and services?
But that's not strictly true. It's not that they're charging a fee but they don't provide you with a service. Then it's not that they're charging you a fee. It's
No.
they're offering you a discount on something. That is a different thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a handshake that you are going into business together. This
Yeah.
is the benefit you get and we get this back.
Yes.
The guy that's offering endorsements doesn't understand how endorsements work.
Yeah. Ultimately, you can do whatever you want in business. You can offer your endorsements however you want. But then it's my right to say, you see what you're doing here? That's not how it's done.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And to all the people that you're trying to convince that is how it's done, I wanted you to listen to me when I said, guys, that's not how it's done.
If you saw a TTM guitar in a music store, impossible, would you pick it up and play it?
You fucking bet I would.
I'd inspect that. I'd have a fucking Plek machine in my back pocket just in case. That motherfucker would be getting microanalyzed.
I will go one better than that, right? If I saw a TTM guitar in a music shop, I would fucking buy it. There is no doubt in my mind I would buy it because I would want to make videos on it.
We're going to have to buy a TTM now, you know that?
I know.
Right. What is your favourite TTM model? The Ghost?
The Ghost.
Definitely
the
Ghost,
Noddies of the
that's it.
Phantom.
Do you think TTM guitars will go down in history as one of the most memorable and standout guitar companies? I think you've answered that
Fucking
question
hell.
already, Hanson.
It's going to go down in flames, mate.
Do you believe that publicity has a value?
Yes.
Do you believe there's no such thing as bad publicity?
Because this, right, for those unfamiliar, this is what Lance was offering. It was, just pay me money, give me the money, I'll send you a guitar and I'll give you publicity. pay me money and I'll give you publicity, because publicity is value. But now he's acknowledging that the only publicity he can give you is bad publicity, but do you acknowledge that bad publicity is still good? I do agree that...
If you're in control of that bad publicity, yes.
Yes.
You can't spin people telling everyone that you are a fraudster. There are legal documents that you can't spin that prove you're a fraudster.
Yeah.
And you're a piece of shit.
I'll give you a better example.
Sorry,
do you think Ian Watkins is happy about the fact that he's had a lot of publicity for being a child fucker? Like,
maybe actually, that's a bad example, because that man clearly had some buzz from the shit he was doing. But I don't think that he's thought, brilliant, everybody knows.
Yeah.
My reputation is up.
I think he'd probably rather that he didn't have all that publicity.
Potentially.
Yeah.
This is the question I was looking forward to, right? And this is a paragraph answer, so have a wee think, right?
So rubbing the Buddha belly.
That's it. If you were named CEO of TTM Guitars today, what would you change or do differently, if anything?
That's a really interesting question when you think about it, because if I was CEO of TTM Guitars, I'd probably be doing the same thing Lance is doing, right? Because if I were to do the right thing, i.e. refund people the money that I'd taken from them, the business would go bankrupt, right? It would go bust. There'd be no way that you could continue. The only way that he can continue is if he tries to work out a way that he can take these people, have taken these people's money without any obligation to pay them back. One way of doing that would be to dissolve the company that you've made, TTM Guitars LLC. If you were to dissolve... Oh wait, he did dissolve TTM Guitars LLC. Right, okay. And set up, was it TTM Musical Instruments LLC or something like that?
That's what he was offering pianos.
I was going to say, advertising that he was offering pianos. Yeah, no sign of those.
He didn't say pianos, but the image was a red piano, and it said something like, "We do everything."
Fire Lance. Yeah, that would be what... If I was CEO of TTM, I would fire Lance out of a cannon into the sun.
Absolutely. I would create some form of fucking... I don't even know what kind of weapon. Some sort of fucking... I don't know. Plasma fucking rifle, and just disintegrate the motherfucker. Just blow him into pieces.
Careful. Rob Chapman tells me that's a threat.
That's it, Rob. My fantasy space weapon is a real threat to you and your family. I'm sorry to take time out of your lunch today to make that video. Do you believe in the rule of law and waiting for all the facts to be presented before making a judgment?
That's fucking interesting, isn't it? Because you seem to have branded me an extortionist. That's fucking interesting, because when you branded me an extortionist, you said more information's going to follow on Levi Clay. Funnily enough, you've not fucking posted anything. You made allegations that I operate under an alias. Levi Clay's not my real name. I was born Levi Clay. This is who I fucking am. My life story is very much public. I have been very public about everything I've fucking done since I've been in this industry. I'm not somebody that's just fucking popped onto the scene now, you absolute fucking pleb, and yet you decided to brand me an extortionist. No waiting for the rule of law for that, was there? You branded me a fucking criminal, you scumbag. Sorry.
It's alright. Who's your favourite all-time guitar player? That's the next question. This is just shifting gears randomly, man. What the fuck? I just want to laugh at this. Name redacted, that's a great answer. If you were named CEO of TTM Guitars today, what would you change or do differently, if anything? Build instruments. Yep. Sharpers has left the chat. I hope so, Scott. I really hope so. The last thing I want is a cease and desist for him with all that internet power. Oof, frightening. So who's your all-time favourite guitar player? You've got some suggestions here. Hendrix, Van Halen, Petrucci, etc.
Go for that again. I just saw Trebuchet, and the idea of Trebuchet and Lance into the Sun is...
Yes!
Go on. What was that?
Who's your favourite all-time guitar player? And the examples here are Hendrix, Van Halen, Petrucci, etc.
Can we go with etc.? Oh, those aren't multiple choice.
No, you pick yours. That's just examples.
Okay. I don't know. That's a very broad question.
Is it Rob Chappers? Good one.
Yeah, let's.
He's not even the best guitarist in his band.
Yeah.
He's not even the best guitarist in that fucking music shop. Fucking dick. Sorry, excuse me. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best.
I love how much I bring a dick out of you.
It's great, man. This question here is just fueling me. It's just giving me hope. You've played Undertale, but you didn't listen to the soundtrack because you're a fucking moron. But this fills me with determination.
Yeah, that's how I feel about you not playing Far Cry 3.
I'll do it. Right, tell you what. You're playing Undertale with the sound on.
I'm not playing Undertale again.
Yes,
I didn't enjoy it.
You didn't enjoy it?
I didn't like it.
That's because you didn't listen to the soundtrack?
That's because I played it for trophies. So I played a completely pacifist run. And, yeah.
No, that's not the fun part in it. And I swear to God, the soundtrack is the best part of that game. And not because everything else is bad, it's because it ties everything together. It's so very well done. Anyway, sorry. We're way past this, so where were we at? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, how would you rate your guitar playing?
What? Hang on. 10.
10, right?
10,
Cool.
based on the wording of the question. 10 being the best. My guitar playing is the best it can be. I am. There is nobody in the world that sounds like I do on the instrument. Just like there's no one in the world that sounds like you do on the instrument. You are the best you.
I'm the best me, you're right.
Yes,
I'm definitely
and I'm the best me. Nobody plays like me better than I do.
Fair.
I think questions like that are cancerous because it makes music a competition. Music isn't a competition. I'm not in competition with other guitar players. I described myself earlier as inconsistent, and that's a wording that I gave myself, and I'm happy to wear that as a badge. That is who I am. Inconsistent. That's me.
Good one, Barney, for everyone. Hey, this is starting to sound threatening towards Rob's dog now. you bad man.
Yep.
Did
you see KDH's latest video?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
I
mate.
thought I'd quit the internet.
No, dude, he's back.
Yes!
He's back.
Go on, KDH. I know your first name. I'm not going to say it in case it causes you any problems. Because I know people are a bit shitty for some reason and fucking... See, that's doxing shit, man. Fuck that. What is that about? Anyway, have you ever owned a small business?
Yes.
That's one of the questions, by the way. I'm not just asking. In your own words, what do you think it is about these 3 simple letters, TTM, that make people react, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent?
What is it about these 3? I don't think he understands how people work. It's not the fact that somebody's taken the letters T, T, and M, and the second T triggers me. The fact that there's like 2 triggered, mate. Like, that's not how this works. It's your actions. It's the way you think you can take people's money and not deliver. It's out fucking rageous.
This is tremendous.
Yeah.
If TTM were to go out of business tomorrow, would you care?
I would, because I've really enjoyed this live stream, and we wouldn't be able to do as many of them. We'd have an amazing one where we laughed at his demise, but yeah.
This is fucking... Oh my god, this gets even worse. I have only read half of this, and this is not getting better, and I'm not kidding, right? Are you willing to fight the good fight? It's in brackets, I swear to God, for TTM, and make the brand bigger and better than ever.
Surely the only way you can make a brand bigger and better than ever is to buy more product.
Well, we'll get into that.
Yeah, okay.
Are you a full-time professional musician?
Yes.
If no, what is your primary business profession?
How many TTM artists were answering yes to that?
Doctor, lawyer, accountant, etc. What is your highest level of education?
I have a degree and a licentiate in music teaching.
Would you be interested in a career at TTM Guitars?
Probably not, mate, if I'm honest.
I was kidding you, by the way. One of the questions has been cut in half. I don't know what it says. Do you have an experience in electric guitar manufacturing production?
I've been around a few guitar factories, but no.
If you were given 10 TTM guitars right now at wholesale prices, how fast could you sell them? Sorry. How fast could you sell them?
It's like,
you've got 1 month or less, 3 months or less. I could not sell them.
I could not sell them. It depends, because it would depend how much they retailed for, wouldn't it? If they were £20, I could sell them in a day. I'd buy them myself and donate them I'd do a Chapman and donate them to an orphanage. On that note, do you know orphanages don't exist in the UK? There's no such thing as an orphanage in the UK. We don't have orphanages in the UK.
You just get children's homes?
Yeah.
Same thing then, I think.
Because you
become children of the state, not an orphan.
Yeah, but you get put into there's not like homes, like a collective home where multiples are. They get put into care homes, i.e. like temporary foster care type things. So for Rob to be donating guitars to orphanages, which is something that he once claimed, what?
Not a shite. Thanks very much, John. Appreciate you tuning in. There's still more to go, mate, so you can come back and watch the rest of it later. I think there's still another 2 or 3 pages. I wish I was kidding. To 10 TTM guitars exist. Probably not, to be fair. I like this kid. He's got balls. Which guitar company would you say reminds you of the most of TTM? Ibanez, Fender, PRS, Ernie Ball, Washburn, Gibson, BC Rich, ESP, Schecter. None of the above. That's because amazing. TTM guitars are unique.
Did he put that?
Swear to God.
That's absolutely amazing, because it's the other way round. Which brand does TTM remind you of? You didn't come first. These other companies haven't come along to try and imitate what you're doing, you absolute fucking bellend.
That gets better every fucking...
Nobody goes into a music shop and says, oh, nice Ibanez. You know, that reminds me of TTM guitars. Come on!
I swear to God, this gets better. I swear to God, right? Just, let's keep going, right? Were you disappointed TTM was not at NAMM this year?
Devastated.
Are you aware that Mr. Catania called NAMM and told them we should not be permitted to exhibit?
I am aware of that. And NAMM listened. Why? Because they looked into the evidence.
Do you know why we chose not to exhibit?
You were fucking banned. You fuck right off. I've literally got the emails from NAMM saying Lance Benedict has been banned from NAMM.
Did you attend NAMM this year?
No.
If yes, did you or anyone you spoke with mention TTM?
No. In fact, Scott has been mentioning in this chat that he was at NAMM, the Summer NAMM in Nashville. TTM were there, and he didn't mention TTM because he didn't even fucking know you were there. NAMM is fucking huge, multiple floors, and you were down in the fucking basement. You were down with these companies aren't really worth looking at. That's probably unfair because there are a lot of companies that are down in the basement that are worth looking at, but you very much were not a company worth looking at.
So we'll give some advice here, right? See if you really want to be seen when you're at a trade show. Right? The best thing you can do, considering it's a trade show for manufacturers, is to bring a manufactured product with you that people can test and feel and see and quantify in their own way in order to make sales. If you bring 6 instruments that were commented by the people who built them as unplayable and no one's allowed to touch them, then you're never going to sell anything. And you're never going to build your brand up by not having product. And the very fact that there are screeds of people, I don't know the numbers, who have bought into your company or bought a product from you that doesn't exist is enough for me to say that you should not be at NAMM. That's why you were not allowed. Stop it. Without researching, who's the first TTM artist that comes to mind? Rob Chapman.
I want to go with Don Dokken because that's the one he pushes, because that's the only artist that actually has a guitar.
Mm-hmm.
He
built really terrible guitars for people, gave them and then said they were endorsees. Remember he done that with fucking
Alex Lifeson.
I was going to say that exactly.
Yeah. What does that say about your brand when the first artist I think of is Don Dokken, somebody who is not noted for their guitar playing skills?
This gets better, and I really mean it, man. You're right, Siago, the mean hanging outside is not the best way to be seen at NAMM. That's it. The best place for a trade show for you to be recognised is the car park. Tremendous. Thank you, Toron. Beautiful.
Ciao.
Are you aware that TTM guitars had previously been sued by the band Slayer?
For fuck's sake. Yes, because it's all you fucking go on about.
If yes, does that change your opinion of us?
No, it doesn't change my opinion of you.
If you're aware of the Slayer versus TTM lawsuit, are you familiar with the outcome?
I'm familiar with what you claim to be the outcome, yeah.
Are you familiar with federal cyberstalking laws?
Yes.
Do you believe people have the right to say whatever they want no matter what the outcome?
Yeah, and that's baked into your constitution.
Do you know what constitutes hate speech?
No, nobody does.
Do you believe that Lance has been unfairly targeted and reputation tarnished in an ongoing organised smear campaign to destroy Lance's good name and company?
Again, just remember what this is on. This is on a questionnaire that was sent out to your artists about the future of their stuff with the company, and you're using it to polish your ego. Just read that question one more time.
I will read that. Do you believe that Lance has been unfairly targeted?
No.
Let me finish.
Because as soon as you said unfairly, no, the answer's no. It's fairly. You've been targeted fairly. Do shitty things. People say you do shitty things. And again, thanks to your wonderful, beautiful American Constitution, something that we don't have, people are protected that right in your country to call you out for shitty things you do. Do you know what you're not protected by in your American Constitution? You're not protected for defamation. And defamation, for example, defamation per se, would be accusing somebody of a crime, like that time you publicly branded me an extortionist, or the time you branded Andrew Catania as a convicted felon. That would be defamation per se. Sorry. So not unfairly. No, I don't think it's unfairly at all.
Well, it's a yes-no answer. I think you gave a bit too much information.
Can't destroy someone's good name if they don't have one.
Well said. And thanks for the clarification, Scott. Scott's telling us that Summer NAMM is all on one floor. If they had a booth, it had to be the smallest they offer.
Oh, wow.
That's called the janitor's closet. Are you aware that after the previous partners in TTM ceased all business operations, dissolved the LLC and left Lance responsible for all pending orders, we started a new corporation, TTM Musical Instruments Inc.
I told you it was TTM Musical Instruments.
You're right.
Fuck off. They didn't dissolve it. How is your name on the fucking dissolution papers?
Do you believe there's still hope for the TTM name, or do you believe it has been irreparably harmed? Right, and it says, the two answers are, I still believe in the brand and potential success, and I believe the brand has no future. Imagine that being your last answer. Aye, shite.
Is that the last question?
Swear to God.
Amazing. No hope for this brand.
And then, the cheek of it, TTM guitars since 2007. So not only are you claiming that you've been scamming people for 13 years, which actually isn't long enough because you were scamming them before 2007, but this is not... Wait, what is this?
John says, does Stacey Blades endorse TTM? I don't know if that's a joke or if that's a person, but you know who does endorse TTM guitars?
Who?
Rena Petrucci. John Petrucci's wife.
What?
Yeah.
What?
They have 100% spent more time on this questionnaire than they have on building actual guitars. We've
true.
spent more time answering this questionnaire than Lance Benedict has spent building guitars.
Oh.
There's no hope if he sells it. He could sell TTM guitars to us. We could relaunch TTM guitars, and the shit stain of a reputation that he has lumbered the company with, you're not getting out of that. There's no fixing that. It's like us buying the brand Lost Profits to bring Ian Watkins into it again. Like, we could start a band called Lost Profits and buy their name. We're never going to fucking outlast the reputation that monster has created. Not that I'm comparing Lance Benedict to a paedophile. I mean, I am, but not in a literal sense. Like, he's not literally a paedophile. But
It's the same business acumen, apparently.
yeah. So, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We went a lot longer than I thought that we were going to go, but we had a good time while we were doing it.
9 fucking pages of that self-indulgent madness.
Thank you so much for tuning into this live stream. I will be editing the latest episode of the Guitar Souls podcast later on today, and hopefully that will be up later on tonight. It's more likely it's going to go up tomorrow, but yeah, there will be a full episode for you to enjoy. I should probably download the audio for this as well and throw that up on our
on the podcast,
SoundCloud.
That'd be good, yeah, that'd be good.
So you can check it out on Spotify.
This is the first time I've ever done any YouTube live stuff. I very much enjoyed it. Thank you very much for your interactions, for everyone even just spending some time.
You see why I do so many live streams?
It's great fun.
Yes, it's a lot of fun.
If you guys enjoyed it, tell Levi, obviously you see it on him, so I'd be more than happy for us to do more. I think it would be a lot of fun.
The interaction with people, like, I see the same names in these streams over and over again, and I appreciate it. Like, these people that spend their time listening to me talk bollocks, I enjoy it. So I hope you've enjoyed this. And,
I have very much so.
We'll do some more of these.
Much like the podcast, it's like one of those things that were sprung on me. It's like, oh yes, let's do it. That'll be good. I like it.
I mean, you say that. You saw it again recently, didn't you? The first episode. Because I posted it, I saw it and was like, Jesus, we've come a long way in terms of quality and the way we film things, the way things look, etc. In that first episode, you say that it's you that's finally twisted my arm into doing it.
I mean, that is the truth.
Yeah.
What I mean is more so the topics.
Okay.
Usually
I
of
see
you or
what you
the
mean.
listener
Sorry,
just
sorry.
throwing it straight at me.
Yeah.
We spoke about doing the podcast for fucking like 2 years before we even... In fact, what happened
It
was...
took you 2 years to find some time to do it. You're a busy guy.
No, it took me 2 years to get a good enough deal where I would buy a microphone, if you remember. I am the stereotypical Scotsman when it comes to money. And it genuinely... No, the weather's not nice here. It's shit. Cheers, Greg. Thanks to everybody as well, actually. Yeah, so I got a good deal on some recording equipment, bought that, and then I was just like, okay, I've just bought a microphone. I'm coming to your house right now and we're doing a podcast. You have no choice. And then that was the Guitar Souls. Well, at least our iteration of it, the original
Technically
Guitar
we
Souls
did some Guitar Souls where it was more group related stuff, but this is the good one.
playing guitars, cuddling dogs, hanging about with a couple of pals.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah, eating. Remember those 20-inch pizzas?
Oh, remember Krusties?
Yeah, they
Sad
don't exist
days.
anymore.
So we're hanging about with someone really cool next week. Not going to give too much of a hint, but potentially we'll get some content from them,
Good point.
depending whether he or she...
Oh, we'll just make that happen. We'll go to guitar, but then we'll be like, look, we live 30 minutes away. I've got dogs at my house, and that'll be enough for them to go, yeah, I'm coming. So.
Fantastic. I love it.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. Do appreciate it. Like, comment, share, subscribe.
So just a very quick one. James, we actually discussed that between ourselves. We recorded a podcast just before we done this live stream, and that'll be getting edited and go up in the next few days. So you'll get to look at that there. But I mean, the TLDR is fuck Gibson.
Yeah.
I'm sure you knew that,
I
but
lost all patience with them now.
fuck Gibson. Like, I've never known a brand to do so much self-harm all the time.
To create so much ill will. It's also worth pointing out, so John has responded to James here and said, what, as in, like, he's shocked and the wording of that, discuss Gibson going after Kiesel, it's a cease and desist. Like, they're very common. It takes 10 minutes to send one out, and it's just as easy for the company that receives it to look at it and throw it in the bin. Like, it's a non-issue until there's an actual lawsuit. You know what I mean? There's not going to be a lawsuit.
Chris Bibby, very good supporter. Thank you very much, mate, for commenting. Can't we get playing guitars, cuddling dogs as a tea? Why not?
Mike did cuddle my dog yesterday, and it was very cute. So
Teddy came up and slept here.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. Thanks very much for tuning in, guys. Much love, and we will see you for another episode soon. Goodbye.